guys, now that our dough has rested for 3 hours, you're just going to take your edge and go to the center with each edge. Just kind of pressing in. Then take your scraper and flip it over. Then we're just going to start, well, you're going to get some flour. Have flour, excess flour laid out for you. And you're just kind of cupping as you go underneath. Just kind of push them with the pinky. Continue doing this till it gets good and smooth. All right, go ahead and place it into your bowl with parchment paper, or if you have a Banneton basket, this is the time you're going to put it in. Cover this tightly and let this rise for 60 to 90 minutes. Go ahead and preheat your Dutch oven in the oven at 500 degrees. Guys, remove the hot Dutch oven and carefully place your dough into it. And mine didn't rise as much as I was hoping it would. This tells me that my starter is still a little bit weak. It's a new starter, so we'll just keep refreshing it, keep baking out of it. It'll get a lot more mature. We're going to bake this for 40 minutes. Slightly make a design. Whatever you choose, you just don't want to cut real deep. Place the lid on and back in the oven for 40 minutes. In the last video, I showed you just how easy it is to make rice-a-roni to restock your pantry. So now I'm going to show you just how easy it is to make some. 1 cup of your rice-a-roni mixture. I had some leftover chicken broth. 2 cups. 2 tablespoons of butter. Once it comes to a boil, turn the heat down and then just let it simmer with the lid on for about 15 to 18 minutes. That looks good. Let me get me a bowl. Okay, I got me a bowl out. It is really, really hot. So, time for a taste test. Ooh, that's gonna burn. I don't know if I can take all of that. That's really good. It's got a good balance of onion and herb. Ooh, that is delicious. Definitely a plus for the pantry. Throwing out the vitamins. Whoop. No, don't go throwing away your vitamins if that's what you love to. No, don't do it. But if you have a hard time taking pills like I do, well then, Mary Ruth's Liquid Morning Multivitamin, I got the one with hair growth, might be an option for you. Let's check out the ingredients together. All right. We have vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, vitamin B6, folate. This is as the L5-methyl yeah, it's methylated. Vitamin B12 is also methylated. This is a methylcobalamin. Hope I said that right. Biotin, choline, zinc, chromium, and then I think it says pantothenic acid. So anyway, it looks like it has a pretty good amount of vitamins and minerals. Yeah, so let's give it a try. I'm going to do this for a month. My sister is actually a hairdresser, and she is going to be measuring my hair for me and keeping me updated on my hair growth. I got the peach mango, and it says two tablespoons. So, cheers. Oh, that's really good. I'm usually not a mango fan. That's pretty good. So we'll see how it goes. It does say on the front here that it contains Lustreva. I'm not sure what that is. I'm going to have to do some research. It's clinically shown to help grow thicker, fuller hair, improve wrinkles and fine lines, and support healthy skin. So I have nothing to lose. I can definitely improve on all of that myself. So here we go. If you want to give this a try, you know where it's at. Hey guys, good morning. This morning I wanted to talk about replacing coffee. Caffeine raises our cortisol levels, and that is no good when we're trying to reverse insulin resistance. I'm a big coffee drinker. I probably consume 2 to 3 pots a day. And back when I was doing sugar, I always had at least a teaspoon of sugar and a teaspoon of cream in every cup. So I was getting a ton of toxic chemicals, every single day, trying to eat right, do my herbal teas, but I was fueling my body the wrong thing. So this is just one thing that I've been doing to help reverse insulin resistance. I have a couple cups of regular caffeinated coffee. I use just a little bit of stevia for a sweetener. And then the next pot I brew is burdock root and chicory root. And the thing is that sometimes I'll add in a dandelion root or a dandelion leaf. This combination or substitute of coffee is actually very beneficial, especially when you're trying to reverse insulin resistance. While you're on keto or you're doing intermittent fasting or both, your mineral intake is really important. The chicory in this, it provides probiotics for our body. The burdock root actually provides over 100 minerals that our body needs. It also helps to remove toxins from the blood. And dandelion root is great for the kidneys. It's going to help to detoxify the kidneys. So all of these are super important when you're on keto and intermittent fasting. It's important either way, but really when you are on those kind of plans, because our bodies are getting so depleted of minerals, and that leads to constipation, the leg cramps, and so much more. This will really help with what they call keto flu. So here's to detoxifying our bodies, supporting our bodies while we were on this wellness journey, getting a daily probiotic, and you know what? Just enjoying another pot of coffee. Y'all, tonight let's make some hash brown casserole. Start by mixing 1 can of cheddar cheese, 1 can of cream of chicken, 1 let's go with about a half a cup of sour cream. We're going to do probably a teaspoon of garlic powder, teaspoon of onion powder. I do a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of pepper. Stir that up really well. Add the cheese of your choice. I'm going with Colby Jack on this. Just do maybe about 1.5 cups. Toss in your hash browns. Give it a good stir. Spray your baking dish. This is also really, really good with rotisserie chicken. You could add really whatever kind of meat you want. Anything is good with cheesy hash browns. Spread this out evenly. Top this with crispy fried onions. You can also do Ritz crackers, corn flakes with a little bit of melted butter. We like these the best. Pop this in the oven at 350 degrees for about 45 minutes. Enjoy. Grab your apron. Let's make some homemade sauerkraut with leeks and dill. Remove the first layer on the cabbage and discard, and give it a good wash, and then save 1 or 2 pieces of the outer layers. And just set these aside. Chop or grate your cabbage to your desired thickness. Add it to a large bowl and 2 tablespoons of a good salt. I use Redmond's real salt. You can use a pickling salt as well. Massage it and just repeat this process throughout all of your heads of cabbage. These 4 large heads of cabbage produced 5 half gallons of kraut. Repeat these steps with each head of cabbage. I think the addition of leeks will give it just a little hint of a spicy note. Be sure to just dice these up, and we're going to give them a really good rinse. Add these to the bowl, and now cut up your fresh dill. I'm sure that you could use dried here as well. Sprinkle that all in and give it a really good stir. There's already lots of juice in the bottom of this. This juice will be distributed throughout all 5 jars. I highly recommend a taste test. Begin packing your jars. You can also use a wooden spoon just to pack it in firmly. Add the brine and water till all of the cabbage is completely covered, at least by 1 inch. Using the cabbage leaves that you set aside, simply fold and place on top. Press down firmly. Place a lid on, but make sure it's loose so the gases can escape. All of the lids are placed on loosely and then placed into a large bowl. These will actually siphon a little bit as they ferment. The process can take 10 to 21 days. Check it after 10 days. If it's to your liking, you can go ahead and place it in the refrigerator and enjoy. Enjoy your delicious homemade probiotic for the next 4 to 6 months. Let me know if you try it. Okay guys, this is going to be part 2 of the benefits of medicinal mushrooms and the mushroom blend that I am creating. Okay, so we are on lion's mane. Okay, lion's mane is absolutely amazing. It's not just a beautiful mushroom, it's beneficial to the brain, heart, and gut. It may protect against dementia and Alzheimer's, and it may also be useful in the treatment of neurological disorders like MS. And then there's maitake, or hen of the woods. That's what we call it around here. It contains an impressive amount of alpha and beta glucans, polysaccharides, triterpenes, I think is how you say it. But all of these provide a wide range of benefits. Maitake may lower blood sugar and blood cholesterol, and it also may support weight management. Okay, and last but not least is oyster mushroom. It is loaded with vitamins, minerals, fiber, and other important nutrients. like vitamin D and selenium. Big source of antioxidants, which help reduce cellular damage in your body. So as you can see, mushrooms can be incredibly medicinal and benefit the body. They may potentially prevent oxidation of LDL, or bad cholesterol, which is a buildup of plaque in the arteries, and that is what leads to heart disease. So, I'm not a doctor. I'm not here to treat, cure, or diagnose. But y'all, the research is out there. There's studies out there. There might be some search engines that you can't find certain things. But either way, the information is out there. You just got to dig deep for it. And these mushrooms are extremely medicinal and beneficial. So just do your own due diligence again and do your own research. And because these mushrooms take a while to grow or for me to forage during the right time of the year, I'll only have a limited amount on my website. So you're welcome to click over there. And I can't say the other words, but you know, just below my profile picture, you can do that and that'll take you to my site. And thank you for supporting a small business like mine. Grab your balls, grab your peaches, and let's make some peach chipotle sauce. Go ahead and get all of your lids and rings and your jars washed, and then place your jars into a preheated oven at 220 degrees. We're going to keep these hot until ready to use. I'm starting out with approximately 33 pounds or 3/4 bushel of peaches. I will be using these for a couple of different recipes, but for today's recipe with the peach chipotle sauce, we're going to roughly use 10 pounds. That will give us approximately 30 half pints. And the other equipment you're going to need is water bath canner, another large bowl with ice water or cold water, it doesn't matter, a jar lifter, debubbler, and of course rag with vinegar. Score the bottom of your peaches and place into boiling water for 30 to 45 seconds and then straight into your cold water or ice water bath. Remove all the skins and the pit and get them into your food processor. Blend it well and pour into a large saucepan. All of the ingredients to a large stock pot and put the heat on medium. The sauce has been simmering for at least 30 minutes. Start ladling into your hot jars, leaving a 1/2 inch headspace. Be sure to debubble. I just run this around in it a few times. Wipe your rims with rag dipped in vinegar, and then place your lid and ring on, finger tight. Place in your canner. Your jars into your canner with at least 1 inch of water over the top. Turn your burner on medium-high. Place your lid on, and once this comes to a rolling boil, then you're gonna start your timer for 15 minutes. Then remove the lid and let it rest for 5 minutes before removing the jars. Place them on a towel, and in 24 hours, you can clean up and label your jars and store and enjoy. They are ready to go into the oven. Filled our meatballs up to 1 inch headspace, and I'll start pouring the hot beef broth up to 1 inch headspace as well. Debubbler or a wooden skewer, plastic knife, anything like that, and then go ahead and get all the bubbles out. You may have to add a little bit more broth, as this will sometimes lower the levels of your liquid. And then be sure, take a paper towel dipped in white vinegar and wipe those rims really good. You don't want any of that residue. Get your jars loaded into your canner, and then I take a little paper towel dipped in a little bit of olive oil. That's what's so nice about these All-American 921 is that you don't have to worry about a ring, the seal that can go in there. You know, a lot of times it can go bad and crack, dry rot. And then with All-American 921, it's just metal to metal seal. And so I just love that feature. Get your lid placed on, line up the arrows, and then just start tightening from the opposite side. lid is on, I go ahead and turn my heat up to medium high, closer to the high end. And I wait for the steam to come out of here. See, I don't know if you can see that, but it's, you know, it's every now and then it's kind of spitting. But you want it to have a constant flow of steam. Once it reaches that constant flow, you let it vent for 10 minutes. And then once it vents for 10 minutes, I will be placing my weight on there, which for my altitude, I use 10 pounds pressure. And I'll place that on there after the 10 minutes of venting. Once my weight is on, then I will start watching my gauge. And once I reach the 10 pounds of pressure, actually closer to 11, then I start my time. And I'm doing meat and in quarts, and so it'll be 90 minutes. 5 minutes is up. Remove your jar. Look at that, it's still boiling, but they look wonderful. All right, guys, so what do we do with 30 pounds of hamburger? Well, you guessed it. Grab your balls, let's get to canning. For the first 10 pounds, we are going to turn into meatballs. Here are the ingredients that I'll be using. Got garlic powder, parsley, onion powder, salt, pepper, 6 fresh farm eggs, Italian spice mix, a little Worcestershire sauce, breadcrumbs, and Parmesan cheese. I don't do measurements, I'm not very good at it. I just go on what I feel is right. So I have a whole 10-ounce thing of Parmesan cheese, pepper. I'm just gonna grab 3 or 4 good handfuls. Let's just go with 3. Salt as well, and that pepper is gonna make me sneeze. Garlic powder. Parsley. We'll just do about 2 of them. Have my Italian seasoning. And onion powder. Worcestershire. That was probably about a half a cup, maybe a little bit more. And breadcrumbs. I just use plain breadcrumbs. And then your 6 eggs. Now that my eggs are all in there, just get in there and start mixing. They are ready to go into the oven.